This is a masterpiece by Clyfford Still, one of the pioneers of American abstract expressionism. When you first encounter this painting, you are really struck by the expanse of these kind of three dominant colors that Still is playing with. You have the red, you have the black, and you have the white. And the longer you look at it, you start to see these little glimmers of blue and yellow. Still was someone who was never completely immersed in the New York art scene, and yet he was really a pioneer in this space. When Rothko encouraged him to move to New York in 1945, he was already fluent in abstraction at a time when a lot of his peers were still toying with European ideas around surrealism. This work was painted 3 years after Clyfford Still left New York for good. He moved to Maryland in 1961, and this is where he stayed for the remainder of his life. And those 2 decades in Maryland were some of the most prolific of his career. He had the space of nature around him, as well as the space within his studio to execute works on such an epic scale as the one we have behind us. And what's really beautiful here in these works from Maryland that you especially see here is the way he's modulated this single color plane. You're getting the opacity of the red, you're getting the translucency of the red, and he's taking you through a kind of journey of the full dimensionality of that hue. Still liked open spaces. He was never happy in one place. He moved often between the East Coast and the West Coast, and that sense of movement is something that I think is beautifully captured in this painting. Given his reticence to engage with the New York art scene and the tight control he kept over his output, Still really kept himself at an arm's length for the narrative and the retelling of the story of the creation of abstract expressionism in America. It's always a rare opportunity to be able to communicate what an important member he was of that movement and what a pioneer he was for American art. And so it is such an honor to have this masterpiece by Clyfford Still in our 20th Century and Contemporary evening sale this December.